Hey guys, it's Erica, and today I have a whole bunch of plants sitting right here that I need to repot before winter comes. The reason that I am repotting these plants now is because winter is coming, and that means that growing season for these guys is ending. These are the plants I'm going to be repotting. I have here a marble queen pothos that cost me $20. I have a Pilea peperomioides, a ZZ plant, just a regular one, a Dracaena marginata, and a pink Syngonium. I don't know what its scientific name it is, but I like it a lot. It's really pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna get repotting these. The first one I think I'm going to do is my Pilea peperomioides because let me get my table. Okay. So this plant I had in my Plants I'm Struggling With video, and a lot of you guys had really good information on how to help me take care of this plant, and one of them, or actually some of the advice you guys gave, was that it needs to be in a smaller pot that is terracotta so that the soil drains quickly. I need a really good draining soil, and so that's what I'm going to do for this plant. So actually, the pot that I want to use is this one, which is currently inhabited by the ZZ, but it does need to be repotted anyway. So it all kind of works out. So you know what? I'm actually going to repot this ZZ plant first. Well, I'm just going to repot this ZZ plant. This soil that I have right here is just leftover cactus mix and perlite, which is good for the ZZ plant. So I'm just gonna use it, and I'm gonna reuse the soil that the ZZ plant already has because that soil was fine for it also. I'm just gonna clear this out. It's growing really fast. It has 2 new sprouts right now. When repotting a ZZ plant, I leave the rhizomes, like the little balls, kind of poking out at the top so that they're not completely entirely covered, so they don't get buried very deep. Okay, so this little guy's repotted. It's gonna do great. This pot is ceramic, so water will not evaporate easily, and the drainage hole on the bottom is very small too, so I'm gonna water this guy sparingly. Now, well, I'll do my Pilea later. I'm gonna repot this guy because water goes through it so fast. Look at these these roots. Okay, this one's gonna be repotted now. I have a lot of plants outside. Like, most of my plants are outside in my backyard right now, growing for the summertime, the springtime. They really love it out there, and when I bring them in, I'm gonna have to spray those guys down with neem oil because I cannot be having a bug infestation in here. And a lot of them have like spiders on them and stuff, and those spiders are they're gonna have to go. They're gonna have to go for the winter time. So I'm probably gonna have another like neem oil video soon. I'm gonna continue using the soil that I was in because I think it was fine. I don't think there was anything wrong with it, and the cactus soil that I have left over. But so that's another thing that I have to do before winter comes. I'm leaving some plants that I have outside. Like, I have a bag monstera that you might have seen in my monstera care video. I put like a totem pole on him, so he's doing great climbing up that thing. I was supposed to take before and after pictures, but I still haven't gotten to a before picture. So I'm really hoping that the monstera will be fine. It's not going to be too cold for it. I think it'll be okay. I'm pretty sure it will be okay. I'm running out of dirt. Okay, I think I'm gonna steal some of the Pilea dirt and This guy, I'm mixing my own dirt for him for sure. So I'm gonna gently, so gently pour it out of this pot. It's not happening as gently as I would like. Oh, he's so fragile. Okay. Well, I see why it's struggling so much from this root system. I'm gonna set him aside for now before I mix up his little mixture. And let's continue pouring this out. I'm also planning on putting a bunch of grow lights in this room so I could have most of my house plants live in here that can live with grow lights instead of sunlight. So that's something that I'm working on. I just ordered some grow lights off of Amazon, so we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna do my Dracaena marginata. Oh, by the way, I got this one from IKEA for $2. That's so cheap. It's really outgrowing its pot, which is why I'm repotting it right now. Okay, I feel like there was other stuff that I needed to do for the winter that I can't think of right now. Bringing all my plants in. I need a place for them all to stay. So that's why I'm getting grow lights. Oh, and also, I know I'm just reusing a bunch of old soil. I was thinking of making my own soil mixtures, but I'm just so nervous to do that for the winter because I don't know if I trust my measurements. And this is where he's gonna live. So that's what's going on. But I really recommend the Espoma cactus soil and then just throwing a bunch of perlite in there because I feel like I have kind of a heavy hand for watering. And I have my Syngonium that I'm gonna repot. It's kind of root bound at the bottom and I want to put it in a different pot. Okay, usually soil that comes with the plants in its nursery pot is usually fine unless that plant has been completely overwatered and you need to repot it right away so it won't die. But otherwise you can just leave it in whatever soil it's in for until you repot it. I don't know. I've had these in their nursery pots for quite a while and I usually don't repot until their roots are kind of coming outside of the bottom of the pots, and that's when I finally take action. But they're usually pretty happy to stay in their pot, get them a little bit acclimated to their new home before messing with the root system or anything like that. Put it in its pot. Cute. So this soil I'm going to get rid of into this pot because it's time for the Pilea soil mixture to be made. Oh, I'm making a really big mess. Okay, for this Pilea, there were comments saying that I need to put more amendments in the soil so that it doesn't stay as so water doesn't stay retained in the soil for as long. So I have here, I'm gonna use this Happy Frog soil. One comment recommended that I use 40% soil and 30% perlite and 30% orchid bark. So that is what I'm gonna be doing. I've never used this soil before, but I've heard that it's really good. There's already kind of some orchid bark in here, some perlite. And I'm gonna add more orchid bark, more perlite. It's a really tiny, where is it? So it's a really tiny pot that I'm putting it in. I'm putting it in a small pot because look at this root system. It's really small, and I'm gonna not touch it because I'm scared to damage it any further. And I'm gonna add 30% perlite. This is my Miracle Grow perlite that I am running out of. And I'm going to add some orchid bark, 30%. And here's what I have to mix together. Don't think I brought my spoon, so... Oh, I could just use this. Okay, this is how the soil looks mixed up. It looks pretty good to me. So this is what I'm going to be using for my little Pilea. And this Pilea, I feel like, is doing better than it was before. I put it in a different spot in my house. I think it might put out a new leaf soon. I'm really hoping that it does. I've been getting into like mixing up my own soils more because I think it's so fun. It's like one of the funnest things to do. So I've been testing that out, but I don't really have like a good formula to use yet. And I have old soil, so that's why I've just been using the old soil. I really don't trust myself to use my own soil mixture until like winter's over and the growing season starts again, because that's just too much pressure. Okay, there we go. So hopefully this pot was a good size for it. I'm hoping it's gonna be happier. I'm gonna keep it in a sunnier spot. I'll fertilize it soon. It looks really nice. Okay, and I think that's everything that I needed to repot. So I'm just gonna have this extra soil just in case I need it. Like I've been saying, my go-to soil mixture is Espoma cactus soil, and 50% Espoma cactus soil and 50% perlite, and so far that has worked really well for me. So I recommend that. Once I get kind of a really good soil mixture, like from scratch with the coco coir, peat moss, perlite, orchid bark, all that stuff in there, I'll let you know, but it's probably not gonna be anytime soon. Okay, well that is it for today's video. Just repotting some houseplants before winter. Here are all my plants that I repotted, and my Dracaena's back here. Didn't fit on the table. But yeah, that is it. If you guys have any questions or any comments, that would be great. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!